EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They go play action. Cousins. And this one is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start a first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. He's got a man, complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Saints 0. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing. Winston. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes, so when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
He got into the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Vikings first down.
On 1st and 10, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And this throw will be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Joseph now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Johnson's got it complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
To throw, Winston.
At the 46-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. They find some open field here. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Jameis again. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
On 2nd and 10, Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Winston. Got an open man. It's Olave. Touchdown. Chris Olave. 36 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points going on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Play action now. Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker. 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
At the 37-yard line.
Throwing, Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Cook. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Saints 14. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. On 1st and 10, Winston. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw is Winston. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Following the interception, Cousins. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You
don't deserve anything for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Off the play fake, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
That's good.
Winston now. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's another Saints first down. 1st and 10 under the 23.
On play action, Winston. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Thomas, a gain of 9, brings up 2nd and 1 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Play action now. Winston under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
It's 4th down.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. Olave over the middle. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Saints.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Winston. The quick slant caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Back near the goal line, Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. That's a 1st down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Now that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Rolling to his left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they...
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And now the rookie's free. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Vikings use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jameis now on 1st down. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. Got an open man, it's Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Saints 21.
for the touchdown. Lutz to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit. And you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts. So we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Draw play, Washington. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Dwayne Washington taking it in from a yard out. And the Saints are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 35-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
On the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
At the 21-yard line.
On second down, Washington. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. The home crowd here absolutely loves it, as they should, getting the field goal in the closing moments and likely going to get out of here with a W.
A W, celebrations all around. How about how everyone's going to leave this stadium, right? And you know something? He probably makes more money than most of the 60,000 people here, but they're all willing to buy him dinner tonight, aren't they?
Oh, they don't care. He's a man of the people right now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.